Hey guys, it's Darren Benson with Performance Motorcoaches. I want to do a video of a sold coach, very similar to a coach we did, I guess it was about 2 weeks ago up in Indiana. We're here in Texas, and this coach came in late tonight, put a little wash job, late night wash job on it. We'll get it videoed, and I'll be back to Indiana first thing in the morning to get 2 more coaches picked up on Thursday and Friday, and then 2 more on Monday. So coach business is live and well and very crazy. Appreciate all of our customers, appreciate everybody that's trusted us to build their new coach. We're extremely busy. We're always happy to be able to help people out when we can. So we'll just go ahead and jump into this coach itself. So anybody that might saw the video 2 weeks ago might kind of recognize we did a little upgrade, put the Herd bumper on the front there. So a few different things you can kind of see. This coach right here has the standard light package up on the front cap. This has additional lights up here on the front cap. Of course, totally custom paint job. That's the cool thing about the Classic. So basically the same floor plan. So this is the CMR floor plan. It's a slight deviation inside. They're both Cascadia. They're both cutouts. They're both 600 horsepower. So the DD16 with a DT12 transmission over here, and then this is an Allison over here. Oddly enough, these things are going complete opposite ends of the earth. This is headed to California. This one's headed to Pennsylvania. But very similar attributes, but you can definitely see lots of different things you can do customized to it. You can do black baggage handles, you can do chrome baggage handles, lots of different variations as far as windows go itself. So I just kind of run around this coach. Like I said, just got in. We'll go through, we'll do a final buffing and polishing and cleaning and further inspecting. You know, Renegade does a phenomenal job with all the side swing baggage doors. Went ahead and upgraded to the AquaHot 600. That is a dual electric element hydronic system. I just have a little more confidence with the 600 here lately with large corporations owning these manufacturers. It seems like a lot of the parts get replaced with cheaper parts, and I'm hoping that the AquaHot 600 kind of stays true to some of the higher end German-built boiler parts. So this basically is the same setup as all the CMRs. This is what's considered the combined storage compartment. So in this guy right here, we did 2 110s in this compartment. It's just kind of handy. We could do 3, we could do 4. So you kind of do, we could basically call out any placement of the 110s, do 12 volt. Like that's a little turnout right there. We could put those little turnouts kind of wherever a person might want. Outdoor TV is standard. If you said, hey Darren, I don't want an outdoor TV, you'll get 0 credit, but you won't have a TV. So if you wanted that, it's optional. No option for propane. I don't think they'll ever go back to the propane setup on these coaches. So very cool custom paint job on this. We matched a blue to some of his toys. So happy that we were able to get that accomplished. Live axles, this is called a 45 CMR. I want to say this is like 44.8, 44.10 overall length. So the nice combined storage compartment right there. Nice for like a ladder, long table, whatever you might have. Maybe a small soccer goal that would go underneath there. The small little, what do they call the, not tennis.
Air hockey?
No, you put your air hockey table underneath there as well. So the slide locks right there. It's a whole nother video. We won't get into slide locks because we really don't use them that often. So we have a 110 up inside that compartment. The compartment on the left, that'll be 110 standard because of the central vac that is standard as well. Got a central vac port inside and outside. So you can always tell the Classics because they have just the flat back. You can see we've got 3 Classics in a row right here. All these coaches are sold. They're going out in the next week or so. This has the optional deluxe lighting package, which is the vertical lights. You see some more lights up top if you can kind of see around that big bright light. Of course, all the security lights are optional as well. We've been able to get Renegade to break in and do some more of the security lights on each side, so pretty happy about that. And with the optional light package, you get an extra set of tail lights down low. To me, it just kind of makes sense. You know, if you were towing anything and lost your lights in your trailer, have the lights up high might save a little bit of liability, might save a big lawsuit. So just kind of keep that in mind. Nice big Gen Y hitch there, very convertible hitch. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can flat tow. You can pull a big trailer. You can pull a pintle. You put a bike rack in, so lots of customization. We like just capping off our glad hands right here. We don't really find that many people need it, but prefer just kind of having those capped off. Do have a 2-pull for trailer cams. And then we went ahead and did this other cam right up top. Appreciate Renegade listening to us and doing a little bit nicer camera versus the big giant camera that was once offered. Just kind of cleans it up a little bit. So left-hand side right here, 36-foot shore cord. You do have a 50-amp buddy plug on the left-hand side in that compartment, and then a 110. That was an option 110 on the right-hand side. Pretty happy with new placement for the Stinky Slinky. A full length. I have to remember to get some more of those when I head back. We get a lot of people that are wanting to add those. Just get them out of that wet base so you can option something. A real deal live long Stinky Slinky. 12.5 Onan is standard on anything over 41-foot tandem, so keep that in mind. Standard lights right here. This is an optional turn signal and clearance light. Look at all that room inside the wet bay without that Stinky Slinky down below. So nice setup, very easy to use, very easy to operate. Wet bay, you got about a 30-foot hose reel right there, manual out, electric in, but makes it very nice setup. And then we've been doing some of the hot water setups in this. Hopefully they'll do that standard for next, I know it's not 26, but maybe a mid-year doing a hot shower. To me, you get a hot shower in a travel trailer. How come we can't get a hot shower in these little coaches? Said we've not done anything more than just a wash. So 275-gallon waste tank, so gray and black, and then we have a macerator pump in there. We'll go through, we'll test everything, we'll fill our tanks, we'll drain our tanks, we'll rinse all of our tanks out as well. So optional batteries here, so you can do up to 4 the 270 amp hour batteries. We have the dual inverters, nice Victron setup. I don't recall, yep, we would have had to done additional panels because we have the much larger solar controller there. Got the Victron servo, so really nice setup. Be able to maintain your batteries, be able to figure out what's going on with your batteries as well. Excuse me. Chassis batteries up here, and we do have a quick disconnect to be able to air up a tire. It'll only go about 110, 115, so it'll get you out of jam, but it won't get you exactly what you need up on your front tires to get you down the road safe. So all the Cascadias will have a 120-gallon tank. Can you option a larger tank? You could. Probably not going to get Renegade to build. They're very conservative on their weight. So even though you have an 18,000-pound front axle, by the time you fill it full of fuel, of course you'll lose some storage here, which force batteries over there. So to me, that's kind of the optimal amount of fuel on board, 120 gallons. So the Classics will force you into Renegade seat, which is not a bad-looking seat. They do add heat to them. They have the nice logo in the headrest. We do get some people that will upgrade beyond that. So the little heated over there on the left. But nice cab layout. We did the optional. Look at Brett getting his socks wet for the video. Sorry. The Giving Soul. So 2 factory screens, and then we added the Garmin 851 over there, which is an 8-inch. We're starting to do some of the Garmin 1051s, which will cover up a little bit of that AC vent over there, so kind of keep that in mind. But that is an option. Do bigger monitors up. We'll just come out with a 10-inch. Hopefully we can start doing some of the 10 inches from the factory. Cams are standard from the factory as far as the rear, and then your side turn signals as well. Nice projector headlights, LED projector headlights, so you can almost see in the future with the headlights. Clear bra will be a forced option on any kind of painted coat, so kind of keep that in mind. Does a good job at keeping the rocks from getting beat up too much. We'll go through and do a little final polish on this. You can see a little bit of, even though it's still wet, you see just a little bit of that. It needs a little bit of final, and you can see it really good right there. So we'll definitely go through and do a good final polish on it, make it look like a new penny. No black upgrades on the outside. But in fact, Victor might call us up and say, we need to change it. That's a nice thing. We can easily make any kind of changes the customer might want. We keep reels, we keep, we don't stock the HD shocks. We try to stock the HD shocks. Maybe Pat will one day listen to us and get us a pile of shocks. But stock everything else, the herd bumpers, the X-Guard bumpers, the complete bumper replacement, wheels, any kind of wheel you might imagine. So I always like to do a walkthrough. Don't even worry about closing the door. Come on in. It seems to be whenever we press the pause or stop button. So I like to do a walkthrough to be able to see how much room you have in. I can cut my vegetables. I can do my cooking. I can relax here. I can put this here. There's lots of things I can do. I can get all the way into the cab. And then I'll swap spots with you. I'll get to my refrigerator. Nice pantry. Basically get to anything I might want to get to, including the half bath here, all with the slides in. So it's a very usable coach. Put the slides in. Go ahead and extend the slides. Nice hydraulic slide right there. I don't want to flip off the camera. So pretty darn fast slide. I've got a Schwintek on the right hand side. And I know that I asked Brett not to commentate because we can't hear, but I'll repeat anything he has to say. So Schwintek slides, kitchen slides, now versus 2 years ago, what do you think? I mean, are we a quarter of the problems now versus 2 years ago?
I think they've got it figured out. I think some of it was a little bit of maybe when it was being installed, maybe something wasn't perfectly square. I think Renegade has since figured that out. We have seen, for a couple years there, we were very, very getting the blues from it. But now it's been a few years, I think, and we haven't seen any issues. So they figured something out. Maybe they went to the 500-to-1 motor over the 300-to-1. Whatever they did, it works. So we're happy that Renegade solved that.
Yeah, we've had some really good luck with the Schwinteks. It's a very easy slide system to do any kind of repair. The thing about the hydraulic, there's so many things that could potentially break. It's a major deal to replace. We're really good, and most dealerships have seen the Schwintek. A good dealership can change a motor in 30, 45 minutes. So that's kind of the nice part about this is, it's probably not the best system. There's been talks about Renegade going to the Vroom, which is the same basic setup. They just kind of did a few things better. In fact, they buy a lot of components from Lippert to keep from landing in the federal courthouse. So kind of keep that in mind. But we've had pretty darn good luck. I think things are changing. I think the guys at Renegade are paying attention, and then there in turn the people at Lippert are paying attention as well. So if you want to back up so I don't bore anybody. So if you'll notice, normally a CMR, full-length cabinet right here and the pantry right here. Now the coach next door, we did the same basic floor plan. Customer said, you know what? I want more openness. I want to walk in and feel like I'm walking in a hall. I want to be able to turn this into the most amazing coffee bar possible, which is, to me, I mean, whether you put your crock pot or the coffee maker, great spot for that. Now you do lose a little bit of room, kind of keep that in mind. You do lose basically the pantry. Now, pantry moves over here, but don't worry, still plenty of room for all the hominy. Big drawers. 6-pack of hominy right there. And then back here, the coach next door, we just did this combo washer dryer, and then we did your linen up top. So keep in mind there's lots of different things you could potentially do. This customer said, you know what, I'm just storing hominy, not a whole bunch of clothes. So we did this setup right here. All your electrical is up here and down there, or vice versa. Starlink from the factory, which Starlink will be standard next year. Keep that in mind. We gotta push the awnings out. We don't forget the awnings.
Am I seeing double?
You're seeing double vision. Didn't do a little cleanup. I don't like that, but we'll get through. So 4 awnings on this. So the idea is we put all 4 awnings out. And what's the movie with the flying elephant or the dragon? Never-ending story. Never-ending story. So goes out and flies away. So cool setup, but I'll make sure, don't let me forget to not run the awnings all the way out so we can see the bat wing. So nice setup. You can basically, we'll kind of clean that up a little bit. I'm not super happy with this. It's a simple deal. And then we have our router over on the left-hand side, and then the cell booster down low. Brett's a little short, so he had to, well, you couldn't see the other one there. But nice setup right there. And then, like I said, ton of storage. Did I mention coffee bar? Nice coffee bar, or the crock pot for the hominy. So nice setup right here. Look at that. Rounded the edges. They didn't have to do that. Didn't have to do that. The Black Forest of Germany. Nice setup right there. All dovetail. Slam it. Look at that. Nice soft close. This is, we're going to have awning control days. Just an insane number of awning controls. I better pull those out so we can actually get them out and show them to you. We head out the door. Window shades, automatic, wow factor. Guess what? Next year, standard from the factory. So we did just the recessed cooktop, not the recessed, the flush cooktop. So keep in mind you can do a few things there. Coach next door, he really liked the XL cooktop and the sink, so we did an XL. So lots of different things you could do there. This is pretty much this is not the standard CMR. If you really look like the standard CMR, it actually has a dinette here, but I don't think they've done that in a few years. The kitchen gets a little bit smaller, but this is kind of the premier way to set this up. Now we've done several additions after the fact. We've done dog crates, we've done desk, we've done fireplaces, we've done everything underneath the sun over here, so kind of keep that in mind. Technically, if you want to build this coach without that window there, we could build it without a window, put a TV against the wall. This customer wanted to maximize the amount of storage because the hominy takes up all the room. So the idea here is all the overheads in place, but with picture windows, be able to see out, no obstructions in the glass. Televator set up there with a 50-inch TV. So cab cutout, which most people don't take that out. It's gonna be really, really cool. I'm excited about the new cab cutout for 2026. Still a good setup right here, but even bigger opening. So did the cabinet on the right-hand side, window on the left. Small cabinet will be standard in 26 with windows on both sides, so keep that in mind. Did the Max Air, so we have two Max Airs. This guy's gonna go out to the desert quite a bit, so just want to get a little fresh air without having to open up a whole bunch of windows and worry about sand getting in and out of the coach. You can option a little shelf over there on the left. I've hit my head one too many times there, so I won't do any more shelves there on the left, but it is an option. Theater seats, which is Lambrite standard in all the classics. This is an upgrade to me. This is the way that theater seats should be. I like this because you can put a dog or a kid there in the middle. They are electric. Nice setup. This is a man-made, basically. This is from ultra leather, pretty darn tough there again. Good for kids, dogs, stuff like that. Rockport stain in the coach. Houston quartz walls. Convertible booth dinette, which you could put a little kid there. On each side will be storage or all your filler cushions. Two filler cushions to go in here. Samsung fridge. Samsung microwave is standard. Like I said, basically all the hominy. Nice little drawer for your Tide Pods underneath here. Stay out of the Tide Pods, kids. Tide Pod challenges, no more. So, look at there, kids. Look, would you look at that? Did go back quickly. T for Texas, T for Thetford. Tecma. Tecma, kids. T for Tecma. The customer wanted a little bit more elongated toilet that doesn't take as much crap off of you. You like that, huh? So I don't know how we get things, but sometimes miracles happen. So that's a new controller. I don't think we'll see that. We went to great lengths. We had to call the person in the White House to get the big T. So keep that in mind. But look at all this room for activity in here. I think I can put my junk in there too. So, I mean, RV toilets are small, so just keep that in mind. Nice window here to be able to say hello to your family and friends outside. Standard 66-inch wide bed. I've kind of pulled back from more than the 72. It just gets pretty darn wide in here, and then the bed base gets wider. There again, I think I've convinced them to keep the bed base the same for a 66, do the 72, just the upper portion. If you got big feet like me, you can still get around. So kind of a catch-22. You just, there's not a lot of room once you get to the 72. More room in bed. It all depends upon if you go head first or not into bed. Keep that in mind. So 275-gallon fresh tanks below the bed itself. You have a Firefly controller, and then you also have your MCD power shade controller right there. You do have a 110 back in there. I think we're gonna have to do, I remember now, we did 2 110s on each side of the bed, kids.
Yeah, I think there's one over there. We're gonna wire it for his CPAP to be on the switch.
Yeah. So, I forget about all the crazy stuff. It's like, can you do that? Sure. So, our good buddy Victor, I don't know if he forgot or I forgot. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going to put some drawers in here. Got the drawers coming, so I like doing the drawers there. Unless, well, everybody has their own preference. I like the drawers there. So nice setup here. All the room back there. Say hello. Look at that cedar lined. They didn't have to do that. I've got allergies, man. So solid AV door right there. Take those out. If you're not streaming, if your Xbox isn't down there. Look at that.
Oh, is that safe in here now?
Oh, that room for activity. Safe there. See that? We're going to move the safe so you don't know where the safe is. So dovetail there. Nice setup. Central vac port underneath. Out back, we have the optional rear bath. Now the coach next door, they said, I don't want to see into the future. All the way back. So we did solid doors here. So keep that in mind. There's a few different ways you could do this. Me, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it makes it look bigger when you look back. Obviously, you can see all of us when we're doing this video. But I kind of like that setup next door with just the 2 solid doors there and the mirror here. But lots of different things you could potentially do. Went ahead and did a Tecma out back as well. So decent amount of room. I bragged on this of the day. Look at this, kids. Okay, here we go. So the nice thing about this pull out of the RV, trying to remember all the stuff. Did you get to barbecue? Did you hitch up your Jeep? Did you do everything right? And used to, you hear this clank, 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 clank. Well, now, one clank and you're done. Look at that. One clank and you're done. Pretty handy, like a shirt pocket. Optional teak seat right there. Got some extra ones of these. All the Garnier Fruities, we got some extras. I think we got them stacked up. I always like to do this whenever they're transporting because they don't bang around. So what do you do a video of the Shower Miser standard? I still like this. I like this to be able to conserve water, put the water where I need it. I don't know. I don't like a fixed shower head. In an RV, you're trying to conserve water at some point in time. Maybe I'm washing the dog. Maybe I'm just trying to wash my feet off. Who knows? So keep in mind, a few different things vary, but this is a standard classic shower right here. No skylight, but we always like to do a fan, which is actually standard for your kitchen and your bathroom areas.
Is there extra ceiling lights in the shower, or has there always been that many?
I think there's always been that many. It's been a long day. It seems really bright. It's incredibly bright. So, kids, look at this. Let me see if front. take and mount these. So I thought these were more than one zone. So we're gonna boom.
That sounds like driver's side.
Well, they were front and rear. Oh, there's little magnets on there. Let's go outside before we slam these awnings into something. That's it. Well, kids, we're going to have to find the other. I know we have, well, worst case scenario, going out.
Rear passenger's coming out. We turn the scene lights off.
They are more than one awning coming out.
I can see the rear passenger coming out. Both rear coming out.
I think all the awnings are going out. Never ending story?
I think it's going to be really good for fuel mileage. You just send them out and hit the highway.
Especially out in West Texas. If you leave from Lubbock, Dallas, it's like Southwest. Get there about an hour. So they all out over there too? That's pretty impressive, kids. So we'll get them all. I noticed whenever I picked them up the other day, they were slightly off. So we'll get them all aligned. We're going to perfect. Look all the way down that bad dude. This guy is going to be the coolest guy at the dunes, or it's just going to take off in the dunes. Just who knows?
You're going to save a lot of money on sunscreen.
He said he's going to save all the money on sunscreen. That's what he said. That's pretty impressive. I don't know. The guys at Renegade thought I was crazy, and they're like, "Well, Firefly doesn't support." And I said, "I don't care." I said, "We'll put it all in control. So we'll make sure it's all programmed." So it's a wow factor. I mean, Brett's smiling.
It's cool.
He doesn't ever smile. So definitely cool. The only thing that I'm just kind of surprised at that hood. She needs a little bit of love, but guess what? Came to the right place to get a little love. There, that kid's right there is why you don't pick them up in the factory. Pick them up in the factory, they need a little love. Renegade does an excellent job, but guess what? Well, look right up there at that corner. So we'll go through and we'll do a little wet sanding on that, but dealerships have their place, believe it or not. So we want to be able to go over these things. We want to be able. The nice thing about coming here, you stay in it. It's broken. Brett, come fix it. It's real simple. Versus, hey, we schedule an appointment. Blah blah blah. You stay in the coach. You come see us. You hang out. Look at all these coaches. This is what we do. This is our bread and butter. Now I sound like an insurance salesman, but this is what we do. We sell these coaches. We know these coaches inside and out. We do our best to be able. It's 10 o'clock at night, and we're doing a video. Brett stays here all the time. He sleeps underneath that coach, but
Really nice rug. Yeah, really nice rug.
floor's clean. But excited about getting some more coaches. It's wild, 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 wild. We'll have a little bit of reprieve in May, and then June is back. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So this is what we do. Performance Motor Coaches in Wolford, Texas. If you want to come check a coach out, let us know. If you want to come up to the factory, let me know. I never know where I'm at. Reach out to me. If I'm there, I'll be happy to meet you. If I'm here, I'll be happy to meet you. Or you can meet this guy back behind the camera. He does a great job too. So always appreciate you guys watching these videos. That's where a ton of our business comes from. I appreciate you guys always sharing these videos as well. Bring to you some more videos either Thursday or Friday of this week. Make sure you guys like, tag, and subscribe. Victor, thanks for the business. Appreciate it.